Okay. Hello, YouTube. Shooting what might just be a quick visit to one of my favorite spots. A little Riverside Park action. If you've been here before, you know what it is. Try not to get run over by SUV drivers. All right. Wind's a little too high to be going hands off today. Not to harp on it, but the scab on my elbow is still not healed. It is getting there. I took a good chunk out of that thing when I fell. And it's probably the last bit to heal. The only other thing really giving me any trouble at all would be the bruise on my hip where I fell on my water bottle. Still kind of hurts. But honestly, once I was able to sleep on both sides, that never really bothered me much. And that really only took a couple of days, I think. I think maybe day 3 or 4, I was sleeping on my left side with the assistance of some painkillers. But even after the night after that, I think I did 2 nights in a row with painkillers, and then after that, I just didn't need them. I was good. A little discomfort, but not enough to wake me up when I accidentally roll over onto it. Oh, flooded. That will happen sometimes. It's pretty low over there. Not that big a deal. This means a little rougher pavement. Did not roll with the quick release fenders today. I do not want a butt full of river water. Try not to swear at YouTube. I don't know what happened to the site I used to love, but apparently we can't swear in here anymore without getting severely deranked. Considered bleeping myself, but I am a product of a long line of Protestant evangelical Christians who sent me to a Baptist school for 1 year when I was 13. A year and a half. So I know my way around some euphemisms. Just gotta be a little creative with it, YouTube. It's gotta be smarter than the Puritans. Shouldn't be difficult, right? And yet. All right, kind of a quick bounce through Riverside Park. I think what we'll do I feel like, yeah, we'll cut back through because right now I don't think I have much footage going the other way in Riverside. I tend to come through along the river and then come back along the protected bike lane here. So we'll go back to the park. I love it. Fuck that there's parking literally 30 feet away. More assholes are ignoring leash laws. Always a thing. It seems to be much more of a thing around the beginning and end of the warm season. At least in my experience. Now, maybe dog owners shame each other a little bit. I tend not to engage because I don't want to get attacked by their fucking leashless dog. I mean, I'm basically always carrying at least a knife when I ride. So I'll obviously still probably get hurt, don't get me wrong, but so will the dog. And I don't think it's the dog's fault, and I don't want to have to do that. So again, luckily, no one's dog has yet pressed the issue. Usually, at least, people who have dogs that, you know, charge at cyclists aren't typically that stupid. I'm sorry. I don't like that word. I'm trying not to use it. They have incentive to think it through a little more, we'll put it that way. Anyway, if you exist in a medium to heavily populated area, and you own a dog, and you are anywhere but on your private property, or in a fenced-in designated dog park, leash your dog. That's it. Leash your dog. That's all I got. Do it. Because I promise you, even if they don't say anything, everyone around you has bad things to say and think about your moral fortitude and sexual prowess. So think about that. Also, dogs love to charge cyclists, even when they have no history of doing so. And you may notice from some of my attitudes, but some of us cyclists know to roll out here prepared for the potential of violence. It has a strange tendency to fall on our heads. I have been fortunate enough to say that while I have had to draw attention to it a few times, I've never even had to draw my knife on a person. It has only been used on inanimate objects, and even then mostly at work, or breaking down the multiple cardboard boxes it apparently takes to live the modern life as a single man. It's another personal favorite of mine. Gotta roll 5 across through the MUP. At least that part's a converted road, and even with that, I could still get past them. Just barely. But I got through. Didn't have to say nothing. I don't know what the deal is with these intersections, but they got just like piles of paint chips. Both sides. It's weird. Yep. And that's the kind of crosswind that will put you on the ground if you aren't paying attention. Like some of us tend to do from time to time. Oh well. Wounds heal. At least most of them do. wonder if the restrooms are open yet. I think I'm gonna go check. Go take another little side park run. What do you say, YouTube? Give it a try. This is another lovely little park. This one's a little closer to downtown. I think there have been glimpses of it in some of my other videos. Certainly ride on the street alongside it quite a bit. I've definitely seen that. Yeah. I have been trying to get athletic with it, trying to keep my speed up, so it's one of the reasons I've been staying away from the more pedestrian park rides. Even when I'm not being courteous, it tends to slow me down, and I usually like to be courteous. It is that time of year. A lot of people are poking their heads up out of the ground, emerging from the pseudo-hibernation of Michigan winter. So we like to keep it nice and slow and safe for everybody. See, the birds agree. Anyway, bathrooms are not open. Noted. But we can find a spot though. In any case, I'm gonna stop recording soon. Hold on into my mic. And over we go. Oh man, yeah, wow. Haven't really been paying that close of attention aside from the flooding, but river is very high. I believe we had a major flood event last year, maybe the year before. One of those record-breaking ones. This is not that bad. That one, man. There was a bunch of stuff underwater for about a month. Particularly trying to get around on a bike. There were certain areas that just were no-goes. It was basically part of the river. The fall. Kersplat. Hands on handlebars, Cop Row. Hands on handlebars. Honestly, Wind's feeling pretty still right now. It was much worse up by Ann Street. Looks like they've been doing a lot of construction through here. You may want to be careful. I guess I shouldn't be discussing the finer details of the public urination I'm about to engage in. Ooh, maybe not so public. Yes. Yeah, no locks. Excellent. It's fine, guys. Nobody ever comes down here, I promise. All right. Rest stop successfully executed. Pretty sure that gray pickup truck was creeping on me. As I came out, they were pulling a UE just inside my field of view around the edge of the building here. Yeah, they pulled kind of a sudden turn in front of me into the parking lot next to this, so kind of wonder if maybe they were security. Or just some randy nosy person. Lots of nosy MFs out there. It's alright, I do it too, sometimes. I am as guilty as any, but he without sin, etc., etc. All right, we got about 10.5 miles under our belts today, YouTube. Honestly, probably only able to fit. Well, no, I started recording pretty late in the process, didn't I? I keep going with my security cam theory that my ride time is my record time, but with this camera in particular, that's not always going to be the case. This is much more for content creation purposes. I mean, in the loosest sense of the word, I suppose. Rather than safety or security purposes, you know? That's a watch. It always feels weird to me. It's cheap and destroyed. Always feels weird to me describing what are basically dash cams for my bike as safety or security measures. Because I mean, they do have a certain amount of preventative effect. I mean, the average, you know, relatively considerate, if maybe not self-reflective driver, if they get all upset at you, might think twice about acting on those feelings if they see you are actively recording them. I would also say that is becoming less and less true as the cameras become more ubiquitous. People just don't care if they're going to get posted to social media really much anymore. As much anymore, I should say. And I mean, I know I don't have to tell you the cops aren't doing shit. I have trouble imagining a scenario in which I got hurt, wherein the cops would actually do something about it. I will say, and I guess this is me confessing my leftist sins here, I have put a police report on somebody. I have justifications. I could share them with you. I don't think I'm gonna. Except to say it was a neighbor, someone who knew me, someone who recognized me, someone who had had a conversation with me before, and was aggressive with me with their vehicle regardless. And at that point, my theory is similar to the theory of why I ran with the dash cams for so long. They may not necessarily prevent a crash or someone deliberately targeting me, but there is a chance it will be able to, you know, lead whomever to whomever, and maybe give my family some closure as to what happened to me.